there. Monday, July 22nd is the show out at Blossom. LiveNation.com's got the info for you. Tickets here about this time all week for people hitting me up. Second to last pair today for the Chili Peppers. Good luck. 2 for you if you are caller 10. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
Press the yellow button to begin enjoying your Alan.
What is an Alan?
The Alan Cox Show.
On 100.7 WMMS.
Hey, Jim Tews is back. He's a New York Times best-selling author. He's an alumnus of the Alan Cox Show comedy tour. You did like the first or second one, didn't you?
Yeah.
When we first show. Remember those, Bill?
Oh, yeah.
Remember the comedy tours we used to do? Those were a good time.
Meanwhile, we're just out here doing mini hoops in lieu of it.
In lieu of, yeah. Jim Tews is in town to do one show tonight. He's just passing through. He's like a comedy carpetbagger.
Well,
right?
Yeah, tonight's the big one. Tonight's the headlining show at Hilarities.
Yep.
But I'll be doing a Don't Tell comedy show Friday and then...
Shut up. But you can't
wait.
tell
Shut up.
anybody
Shut up.
about those.
Shut up.
It's
Just
very
tell-
confusing.
That's my understanding, is that you're, as the name implies, you can't tell anyone.
And then they send you a link and they're like, tell people.
Right.
And you get confused.
So did you come in for that and Hilarities? You said, hey, can I do...
came in, I work backwards. So the other thing I'm doing Sunday is I'm playing with the Stepdads of Galway
Yep.
at the Winchester for St. Pat's.
I keep meaning to... I have missed those guys every single time they've played. Who is it? Is it you and McBride and Polk?
And Polk
Burge?
and Matt Zatelli, I think.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know if James Burge will be there.
It's a
but
rotating cast of characters.
Joe Briggs.
Yeah, Joe
We
Briggs.
just had him on the show.
It's a huge mass of
Yeah.
people who can
Talent.
barely play instruments, myself included.
Yeah, you learned the fiddle for this.
This year I'm playing the fiddle.
What time is this show? Because Polk's got his own thing going
6 o'clock.
anyway, right? Doesn't he have like a big party
yeah,
at
he has
St. Pat's?
a brunch, and then
Yeah.
we go over there at 6 p.m. and
6 p.m.
keep going.
Maybe I'll finally catch you guys.
You
this time.
should.
Yeah. You learned to play the fiddle?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
I heard him playing it. He was playing at my place earlier today, and you guys are in for a treat. But also, go see Jim tonight at Hilarities, though, because
let's focus.
we're all over the place. What you're doing with your stand-up and the slideshows that you're doing. Have you seen any of these, Alan?
I have not.
Okay.
No.
They're
I know you're quite
so
an accomplished
funny.
animator, but I didn't know how you had infused that into your act.
Well, I got bored, and then I was like, well, I know how to draw. Why am I not drawing more in my stand-up? And in a lot of ways, like ticket sales, I'm not drawing a crowd,
Right.
and I'm not using my drawing ability.
Your God-given gift.
Right.
Yeah.
And so many places have slideshow setups or
Like a screen
screens
now.
and
Yeah.
things. Yeah, and we're all used to like looking and listening at different things. So I started.
They call that multimedia entertainment, Jim.
I mean, I was born for it.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's great. It's like, I know you're like being a little, but it's so funny, and it's simplistic, and it doesn't, like, it's not over the top, and it like things, it's just really, really good. And
But it's something
can't stress
that
enough you should go see Jim tonight.
it's something that supplements the act, or it's something that you've built the act around. Is it like a TED Talk, but with jokes?
It's mostly supplemental.
Yeah.
Because I'll be the first to tell you, my stage presence is not as engaging as I would like it to be, and I've found that.
But didn't you have an album called Oatmeal?
I did.
Now, to what that was referring, I don't know. But
It could, whatever. Yeah, it could be.
it can be anything.
Plain
Yeah.
things.
Mhm.
Plain but nutritious.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just started.
Not the way I do it.
I just started adding some visuals behind me, like hand drawn stuff, and then anything I write that it was like, oh, this would be better if, because I could give
With a visual,
give the crowd a little something extra.
little oomph.
Yeah, so that's what I
Now,
do
have you seen a greater reaction from people since kind of incorporating that?
Yeah,
Or is it still in its infancy?
No, the first time I did it was this time last year at Hilarities.
Okay.
Because I know they're nice enough to give me enough leeway to be like,
try
well,
it out here.
Yeah, you
and
could do
then,
something weird for a little bit for one night. And I tried it, and I was like, oh, that was fun, and it worked. And then I found more places in New York to do it. I've done it on the road a few times, and then I just keep modifying it. And then bits that I work on, I start with the joke. So when I do shows in New York, and
The jokes will always land just by
the
themselves.
jokes will always that's my rule.
Yeah.
The
This
joke
is just icing on a cake that's already been baked.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a tag. You
Yeah.
know, you'd add a tag to a joke, but this time I'm doing it with the click of a button, and then the tag is visual, basically.
I'll tell you what kind of threw me off, and this is an administrative complaint, but I went to the Hilarities website. Jim Tews is doing a 7 o'clock show there tonight, and you can buy tickets right there. You could just get them at the door as well. I'll just read you what they have on the website. Hilarities 4th Street Theater features 7 weekly shows, and the faces you've seen on stage range from hometown Cleveland favorites like Mike Polk to faces you've seen everywhere, like Dusty Slay, David Tell, Roy Wood Jr., Dan Cummins, Tom Pop, right? They give Mike Polk one Cleveland favorite. Why doesn't it say Bill Squire, Mike Polk, Jim Tews, right? Cleveland favorites like one guy and then a whole bunch of
No.
other people.
Mike's kind of a different
Well, the
level.
important thing is that they've named only men. That's the important thing.
I saw you're doing a show back at home with my friend Felicia Gillespie.
Yeah. Oh, you know Felicia?
We go way back.
Felicia.
Felicia, sorry, yeah.
I did it. She did a bit about pronouncing her name wrong.
Yeah.
And then I went up after, I was like, Felicia, I'm sorry. I've known you for 15 years, and I've been saying your name wrong.
Yeah, we go way back.
She's so funny.
She's fantastic. She was out of it for a minute, and I don't even think that I haven't talked to her in a minute, but I didn't even know she was doing that. I was on your Instagram, and I was kind of looking at what else was going on, and she was on some show you're doing on Sunday.
Yeah, we do.
For our Brooklyn listeners.
Yeah.
It's going to be a Blinkies.
Well, we had Mary on at. I do a weekly show at a bar called Blinkies in Williamsburg, Brooklyn.
Yep.
With Cleveland's own Joe Briggs, and
Parmesan Joe Briggs, and he can't wait to come back, is what he told me.
He's coming back tomorrow.
He's going to be here tomorrow.
I mean, for good.
Yeah.
Like,
He wants to be back for good.
Yeah,
He's doing good things out there, though. He's
getting it figured out.
My sweet baby boy.
But Mary, we had Mary on the show, and Mary brought people.
Yeah.
People came to see Mary. They were Clevelanders that were in town to see something else.
Yeah.
They came to see Mary. So, we also got the bar to get Great Lakes on tap.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. That's fun.
Yeah.
Did you have to start like a formal protest for that, or
No,
was there?
I'm friends with the owner, and they
So it was pretty simple.
Yeah, they just started serving Christmas ale at the end of last year in the 5 boroughs because they didn't before. And I was just like, hey, can you get a keg of this stuff? And I'm like, I guarantee it's going to move fast. And then I think you can still get it, and it's the same keg from December.
I was going to say, they didn't
It
all.
doesn't have the same fans.
No,
like,
it doesn't.
because when we started drinking Christmas ale, it was like the only Christmas beer.
Right.
And
Yeah, it
now
was
there's
not
a million.
Yeah.
Well, that was my question. They didn't have any kind of analog for that in Brooklyn already?
Yeah, I mean, all.
But
the
you said, hey,
bike
try
breweries-
this.
Yeah,
Let,
it was like, yeah,
this will
like,
sell.
Yeah, because it was selfishly, I wanted it.
Yeah.
On tap.
Yeah.
And I probably had like 6 of them over the course of 2 months.
When did me and you got real
But-
drunk on Christmas ale? I think not last
It's not
year,
hard
but
to
the-
do.
Yeah.
But like the year before.
Oh, when I probably came through. I think I came through before Christmas.
Yeah.
And we ended up getting some.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real easy to.
fun.
That stuff goes down pretty.
So they have, Bill, is the implication that they have changed it over the years? Or is it
No, I'm
still
just saying
that
there's so
close?
many options now.
I see what you mean. Okay.
And craft, like I'm talking like when craft beer was in its infancy
Yeah.
of being a thing. I mean, Christmas, I'm talking 15, 20 years. When you guys wrote the
Yeah.
song, you and
Yeah.
Polk had a great song about it. It was the only Christmas ale there was, and now there's a whole bunch of variations of winter beers and Christmas, and like there were a few other ones, but Cleveland really got
We've done our
behind that one
MMS
back day.
winter beer. you
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
MMS
Yeah,
winter
yeah.
brew, and that's pretty good too.
And I feel like a lot of people just stopped drinking,
Mhm.
like in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So you're like, hey, try this really dark 9% beer that tastes like a gingerbread pine cone.
Mm.
They're
Are you
like,
still
"Oh."
married?
One now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't seen you for a while. I mean, you know.
It's been a year.
I was going to say, I know you, like, just got married, but,
Yeah.
you know, life can be hard, man.
No, I mean,
you
it's
know.
been a year since we've seen each other,
Yeah.
but I've been married for 2 years.
Yep.
now, almost 3. But yeah,
Something like that,
we're
yeah.
still married.
Yeah.
I'm still hungover from your wedding.
And so and so other than doing these incorporating the drawings and things, how are things going otherwise there for you? Are you you know, you had the cat book a while back?
Yeah.
That's what made you a New York Times best-selling author. Was
proved-
Felines of New York, was that what it was called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what proved all my English teachers wrong.
Right. It was a
no,
big FU to the people who said, "You'll never get this cat book done."
Yeah, they said you'll never start a blog that turns into a viral sensation and
That's right.
then get a publishing deal.
Yeah.
You'll never write a book that's half pictures.
That's right. That was before people even knew what a viral sensation was.
Yep.
You showed them. Yeah.
No, it's going good. And I started, I've been doing animated stuff for the last couple years, and now during the day I work at an animation studio.
Okay.
Working on a kid's show, and then I do my shows at night.
Is it a show we know?
I can't. I signed an NDA. But
Oh, you can't talk about the show that you work on.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But your kids probably watched the first iteration of it, but it's coming.
Does
it's
it
gonna be
rhyme
on
with
Nickelodeon.
Bluey?
It does not.
All right.
Oh, it's something that's coming back.
It's a show that's coming back.
It's-
You're
There's a
already saying
reboot
too
of
much.
it.
Does
Yeah,
it
shut
rhyme
up.
with Snugrats?
No.
Oh, okay. That's interesting, though. They say, hey, you can't talk about what. Is it because the show isn't on yet?
Yes.
'cause they
Oh,
paint-
I see. They are getting ready to relaunch
Yeah.
something. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And that's a good gig? That's a
Yeah.
fun thing, you know.
Yeah, they let me. I go. Hey, I'm gonna go to Cleveland on Thursday for a couple of days, and they just go, all right, make sure you get all the.
Because you can work
Dude,
on stuff
your
on the road,
drawings,
probably,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last time, well, not last time, but a couple of years ago, Jim and I did some road gigs together, and we had an Airbnb, and we got drunk one night and watched a movie on Netflix in the Airbnb, and we cannot remember what it was, and it wasn't either of our Netflix accounts. It was like whatever was already signed
Yeah.
into the TV, so there was no way to go back and try and like track it down.
But
It's like bothers us to this day.
it was a movie we had both seen because we were both just like, oh, let's watch this. We haven't watched this in a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah.
And then we're like, yeah, and then we watched it, and like we were truly engaged throughout the whole movie, like talking about it, making jokes, like whatever, and then like, oh, so glad we watched that movie, and like woke up the next morning.
And we're like,
was-
it's like, yeah,
what-
it went away
wait,
that
what was-
fast. We're like, what movie did
What
we
movie was
watch?
that? We weren't like. We also had like.
We had,
And you
like,
didn't
those
and you
little
didn't know where to
tequila
go
sodas.
you didn't know
Yeah.
where to go to find it.
No, like
Yeah,
'cause then
like
we
you-
were, once we were out of the Airbnb,
Yeah.
it was like in their watch history. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
so
Right.
we couldn't bring it back up.
no. And I'm like scrolling through my own thing, and when you get on somebody else's Netflix, it's like a whole different
Algorithm that
yeah,
got
it's a
all
whole
these different. We're
world
like,
perspective.
I didn't even know these movies were on Netflix.
Right.
Could you have
That makes me crazy.
emailed them and said, hey, this is going to sound weird.
Yeah.
Could you check your watch history and tell me what I watched last night? That would have been
Wish I
great.
would have thought of that.
Yeah.
Because I think the Airbnb host probably would have been down for it.
Now, how long ago was this?
This was in 2022.
Email them
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Email
This is
them.
23.
Email
Was it
them
2023?
tomorrow.
No, it wasn't. It was 2022.
Yeah, it was 2022. You're right. Because it's 2024. Okay.
Yeah.
Go,
Email them
hey,
tomorrow.
you might not remember me, but 3 years ago,
Yeah.
2 years ago, I
Yeah,
watched
how
something
far-
on your Netflix.
How far back can
I think
you
it
go?
changes all the time. People are asking me if Joe List is still trying to bang you.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would assume that
Is that-
answer is
That's
yes.
a reference from a podcast from many years ago.
Is that just to give you herpes?
What's that?
Is he just trying to give you herpes?
Oh,
or-
it's yeah.
I remember last time you were here, you had gotten into some scrum with Amazing Jonathan's wife.
I did.
Yeah.
That was a couple years ago.
Was that before he died or after
was
he
before
died?
he died.
It was before he died. Because I
Yeah.
was a huge fan of his.
Yeah.
But she didn't take kindly to some comment you had made.
No, because I did it.
It was a big misunderstanding.
I did a thing at Knitting Factory.
Stick
where it was
or
like a-
treat, right?
Yeah, trick or treat. You dressed up
where you
like
dress
yeah.
up as other comics.
Yep.
And I did Amazing Jonathan, and I was the whole time I did these like fake tricks that I made up.
Yeah.
And the whole time a guy in a Grim Reaper costume was behind me, And that was kind of the
Yeah.
joke.
And she thought you were
And
mocking the whole
She thought
thing.
I was ripping off his act.
Yeah.
And started Facebook messaging me.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
And then I tried to explain to her that, no, this is like a bit show.
Did you ever reach a détente with her, or did it just...
It just ended.
It just ended, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
His-
I wish it was a more climactic
His
ending.
No,
to
it's
that.
okay. His death probably worked her priorities, too. She probably
Yeah,
had
I would hope so.
less time to mess
Yeah.
around with you.
Yeah, I mean, I could go on the road as Amazing Jonathan, too, but
Mhm.
we'll see.
Poundcake, did you get a boner when Jim said he had to sign an NDA for his job?
And he had to what for his job?
He had to sign an
Wasn't
NDA
listening.
for his job.
No, but I knew that you would make a reference to me on that.
Well, I'm just asking.
Because you make it seem like it's not common, and I'm telling you,
No, I didn't say that's not common. I think it's uncommon for the situations that you attach them to.
you
But
say people break them all the time. I'm like,
they do. I just tried to get Jim to break his and tell
And
me
he
what he's
didn't.
working, and he didn't. That was a test, and he passed.
Mhm.
Good for you. Jim Tews is in town tonight to perform for you, and it'll be a show unlike any you've ever seen. Who's with you, or is it just you? You go right into Jim Tews.
No, we don't do that.
Yeah.
Who is it?
I know if you needed all
Strank
the
and-
time for them.
No. I still,
Anybody
I still
anyone's
don't
ever
do
heard of?
it. I mean, if you live here, you've heard of them.
Who are they?
Mike Strank and Dave Flint, I think.
Yeah.
I've heard of Dave.
Yeah.
Strength just did that show with me out in Lorraine last week. He's a very funny dude.
All right.
And Dave Flynn is one of the funniest people around. He's so
Well,
good.
I don't. Can they not be for a minute?
Yeah, sorry, buddy. You're gonna have to
'Cause I
work
gotta go up
tonight.
after that.
Good thing you got your pictures.
Yeah. Good thing I got
Your
props.
pictures.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my fiddle up there.
Uh-huh. A little musical interlude before.
Yeah.
all right. Well, maybe I'll get out to that Galway show on Sunday. It'll be on my to-do list. Hopefully
yeah.
I'll see you guys. See you do your fiddling.
It's gonna be bad.
Yeah. That's what I'm counting on. Well, it's good to see you, dude.
You too, man.
Yeah, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Jim Tews is at Hilarities tonight. It is 7 o'clock. You can go to pickwickandfrolic.com for the details, or just walk right around the corner and go buy yourself a ticket. And jimtews.com, right? People, you
Yeah,
still
you
got a
wanna
website and
know-
all that?
People want to know, is Jim Tews Asian or just stoned?
Neither. What is this?
Why are those the only two
Yeah,
choices,
what-
bud? Is he Asian or stoned?
Nope,
Well,
Just has
does he look Asian or
eyes.